Many years ago, I was driving in Broward County, and it was raining pretty heavily, and I really couldn't see that well where I was going until I hit the car in front of me. Yeah, that wasn't good. And then they took off. So anyways, but I was teased about that I needed glasses. So eventually I broke down and went and got my eyes checked, and I did get glasses, you know. So whenever I drive, especially at night, I wear them. But what was most moving and powerful for me is when I put those glasses on and I looked at a tree, I did not know it had all those leaves. I'm not joking. I mean, the detail and seeing them, each one, it was shocking. Yeah, it was shocking. And so, you know, that thought occurred to me with today's gospel with Bartimaeus. Bar meaning son, Timaeus, a Greek name, son of Timaeus. It occurred to me that here is this man who does not have physical sight, but he had such sight, such vision to recognize that Jesus Christ was the Savior, was the one who had the power to restore his sight, to make him whole again, right? And what did Jesus say? Your faith has saved you. Your faith has saved you. Go your way. But he didn't go his way after he was healed, did he? He went Jesus's way. He followed Jesus. He did Jesus's will. And so I encourage all of you at this very crucial time in history of our country, and at this juncture where human life is so seriously threatened, I encourage all of you, as our bishop has encouraged all of you and tried to educate each and every one of us about the deception and lies of Amendment 4. So all I'm going to say to you is, do your Christian duty and crush that amendment. No is the answer. No is the Christian response. There's no other way. It's not about how you feel, who you like, who you don't like. Fifth commandment, thou shalt not kill. Brothers and sisters, do you realize that the Christian vote is the most powerful tool in this world to bring the gospel into society? That's our responsibility. So as you all go into that booth and you exercise that kingly duty, remember, as baptized Christians, priest, prophet, and king, you're going to exercise that kingly duty, which is to bring the gospel into the world, into the society. Imagine right next to you Jesus Christ peering over your shoulder. Let's see what they're going to do. Okay? Because ultimately, when we face him, what did you do with the knowledge and the wisdom and the truth that I entrusted to you? It's like the faithful steward, right? When he comes back. So I leave that with all of you. I invite you to pray. Pray. Be courageous. Be courageous and stand up for life. Okay? You're all here because your mothers chose to have you. Okay. Don't be blind. Don't be blind. Jesus has removed the scales from our eyes, and he's given us this gift of knowing the truth. So let us now live the truth. Let us rejoice in the truth, as we heard in Jeremiah. Shout for joy. Shout for joy. Let your lives show that joy. Let your lives show that Jesus is your King, your Lord. He lives in your hearts. Show that by love, by living the truth. That's what we're called to do. Otherwise, we are very, very blind. Very blind. And God, the Father, sent his Son, the high priest, who offers sacrifice himself, the Lamb. He's the King, the priest, and the sacrifice itself that he offered for us. And even those that crucified him were blind. He forgave them, and he wants salvation for them. And he wants the same for us. So brothers and sisters, Let us live in that truth. Let us walk in that truth. Let us rejoice in that truth. Right? And let us not allow sin and temptation to blind us. Okay? Now, I want to invite someone up. We're going to have Tom come up here. Now, just so you know, I have spoken with Tom prior to him doing this for us. And Tom has been blind from about 2 days of birth. He weighed 1 pound.
Yes.
I'm gonna talk.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
He weighed 1 pound at birth, and of course the high oxygen and stuff that they use for those little babies sometimes can damage the retina. So he's been blind from basically from birth.
Yes.
And so when we had a conversation this week, we sat down and I wanted to find out from him, because being someone who doesn't have the blessing of physical sight, he has the blessing of tremendous spiritual 20/20. Okay? I said to Tom, Tom, if you could get your sight back, or would you want your sight back? And what did you say to that?
Only if it enhanced my spiritual sight would I have it back. I've been blind all my life, and I want to say that the Lord has blessed me because of my physical blindness. I've been able to do a number of things, working on, well, I'll give you an example. Okay, working on chainsaws. I worked on a pole saw for Bob and Lynn Noble, wonderful people. One of the interesting things was when I was with Bob, I got to ride around in his ATV and look at a donkey, and I got to work with him planting a bush. And with Lynn, I got to share a goat. It was a La Mancha goat, so goat of La Mancha. But it's only that I want to say that vote no on 4 because of the fact that what you are doing is you are telling the world that abortion cannot be. We killed many Nazis in Hitler's in Germany, and we're doing the same thing to abortion. We cannot let abortion stand, and also vote no on the marijuana issue. And the reason for this...
Okay, hold on there.
No, but the reason for this, I won't. The reason for this is you don't want your children to get the marijuana that people take, and you don't know how there's too much to risk. So save the children. If you're a grandchild, love the child, and if you don't have children, allow someone who has children to bring them over and share with them God's love.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
We're
Tom.
all one family.
Thank you, Tom.
For Jesus.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you so much. And thank you, Mary, for helping Tom around. So I have a question for you, brothers and sisters. If Tom can see like that, is our physical sight blinding us somehow? Can we look at the Eucharist and not see Jesus?